Poppin' gamers. Sorry, I'm scraping this thing right now. There we go. Got it. Came prepared this time and I got the gift card. There we go. All right. Cool. Yo, what's up, dude? What's poppin'? That's really weird why I named. Hold on. Okay, whatever. What's poppin'? All betting is closed, dude. Hope you make your millions off of this. All right. Man, I haven't streamed in a while. I don't stream a lot. What the hell was that? Why is it so slow? That's weird. All right. What's poppin', y'all? So we have 5 submissions this time. And let me turn off the music. Where is the music actually? Where is that? Hey. Sleeping with Sirens. I saw them live. They were pretty cool. Shout out to the singer, I guess, and the band members. Thanks to Diego for providing this massive reference board. Holy shit. Man, this is intense. Is my mic on, by the way? Yeah, my mic's on. Man, this thing is, what is this thing? Sheesh. These pictures up here look really cool. These are like renders, but they're like not. Man, that's cool. All right. We're gonna start. Uh, all right. Oops. All right. Why is this right? All right. What's up, Yegor? How you doing, bro? What's up, Zost? What's up, Diego? What's up, everyone? Here we go. All right. First, we have Shader. Now, Shader. Let's see his try count. Channels. God damn it. Man, it's late. My eyes are like not working. 22,000. Okay, that's cool. That's a bit much. 22K tries. All right, cool. 22,000 tries for this is kind of a lot. Let's see what the wireframe looks like. Are there other wireframe shots? These are all yeah. All right. Oops. All right. So first off, the low poly is pretty damn dense. Is this the maximum res we got on that? Yeah, that's the maximum res. All right. Well, right off the bat, we're pretty. I keep alt clicking. We're pretty dense, like here. A little hard to tell. This midline here doesn't need to be here. Oh, no problem, bro. I feel you, bro. Feel that. This midline doesn't need to be there, I don't think, because I don't think you're mirroring these two. Are you? I don't think so. Not sure what these edges in here are doing. Yeah, these edges are kind of wasting geo, I think. Yeah, I think these are definitely wasted geo right there. Okay. Let me look at some other pictures here. Oh, I see. So is this that piece then? Okay. I see. Oh, I see. So, okay, so this is the lid. I see. Okay. I like that you modeled in the actual hinges. That's cool. So that this thing can open. That's pretty sweet. Those are baked down, which is nice. I noticed everyone modeled in the tubes here, which I think is pretty nice. I think yours are too hard. It looks like they should be softer. Yeah. Yeah, these look a lot softer. You can kind of see how it like keep pressing. It bevels in hard, softer, basically. Um, Man, this reference is like goated. Yeah, same with some of these shapes. Like I see that you kind of think this piece should be thicker. It looks like, and then it should also kind of be softer. The main like reason why I chose this like model was to get like really soft forms like this. So like you can kind of see how the high poly kind of pillows over, and you get more of a softer curve. Yeah, that's kind of the main like reason I chose this, is that it's not like the easiest thing to do. Like it is just kind of like a drum, but you know, it is definitely a bit harder to get it like looking perfect. The soft forms and all the subtle ways that the metal bends and stuff like that. I want to see this piece, but I don't think we have a render of that piece. I don't think we have that piece. Is it? No, that's not it. Oh, there's two. Oh, is there multiple versions of this thing? Damn it. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay, I see. Um, Let me look at my reference actually. Okay, I see. So it looks like in my reference, it looks about this thin as well, and then yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. Um, these are nice and soft. This looks nice. Yeah, I think pretty good. This looks right. This bolt doesn't look right compared to the reference that I'm. Let me just drag this over. Show you what I'm talking about here. This bolt right here doesn't look quite right. Looks like this metal piece should. Yeah, I think overall, like things were just kind of like too perfect. Like if you look at the way this metal bends, it's like kind of it's like that. I believe it's sharper, sort of like that. I think that would have been a bit better of a choice, because as like hard surface artists, we do things with like perfect symmetry all the time, you know. So like breaking the symmetry, and you know, I think would have been a bit of a better choice. Pretty asymmetrical. What do you mean? What do you mean it's asymmetrical? I mean, yeah, the whole model is like asymmetrical. What do you mean by that? Let's look at the UVs real quick. UVs are pretty good. Yeah, UVs are good. I don't have nothing to complain about there. That's pretty nice. So unfortunately, at Shader, you're the one that didn't finish. Yeah, okay. So Shader didn't finish, unfortunately. So can't really judge the textures, but the rust doesn't look right. Super bumpy and rigid. You got a sort of decent like paint bubbling effect going on, but it's just unfinished. And we don't really have any proper renders. This would be a cool render to do, but yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any like ground shadow here. You know. Each side is, oh, okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think overall 23,000 tries is kind of a lot. Right here is super dense when it doesn't need to be. I think you have a midline there that you don't need. In here can be optimized more because we're not, well, there's a chance that we see it from that angle, but it's a pretty hard angle to like look down this curve right here. That's a pretty hard angle to see. I think what you could have done too is, yeah, lose these edges and then just collapse every other edge in here. That would have saved you a few tries, but I mean, we're not really concerned about the inside of this thing because it's, to be honest, it's kind of boring inside here. It's just like a drum. So we're not too concerned about that. Yeah, and then I think just more texture work would be good. So I can't really judge this one too much on textures. It's not finished, but the model wise, it's pretty good. Looks pretty accurate. I would have liked to see more care in the high poly, and then just a bit softer on the model, just to give it more organics. Like looking at even this part here, like bends subtly up here, and then yeah, I'd like to see that a bit more. Well, this piece looks pretty squared off, so I guess it's just kind of picking and choosing different references that you used. Some of them look a bit cleaner, it looks like. Yeah, so some of them look a bit cleaner. Oh, and I see... Okay, I see where this bolt came from, so erase that then. But overall, it looks good. I can't really tell, but it looks like it kind of tapers inward here and then goes out. I don't know if you got that, like right here. Opacity, dude. Why'd I lower that? Like right here, it kind of tapers inward and then goes out. I don't know if you got that, but because you don't really have any like a whole lot of model or angles to look at, but yeah, that's fine. So I think we'll move on. 22,000 tries is a bit high for this, but looks pretty good overall. We can't really see any faceting, so that's pretty good too. But the UVs are solid, so no favorite render on this one, unfortunately. I think these are painter screenshots, but I guess this one's pretty good. But painter screenshots. All right, let's go to the next one. Mr. Jason the Sloth. All right, let's get a new layer here. Brush, red. A bit bigger. This one's pretty cool. So this one's interesting. Actually, you decided to bake in these, which is a good idea if this was a game asset. However, I'd say this is more of a portfolio work, so definitely modeling these in would have been probably more ideal, which would have added, you know, a few hundred thousand, or not, well, a few thousand tries probably, but I think these are wrong. Let me see. Yeah, so these are a bit too harsh around the edge. It looks like you kind of just took a cylinder, flattened it, and then booleaned it together, and then dynameshed it. These should be pretty soft. So, yeah. You could probably even just take like go to like ZBrush and just take a smooth brush and just brush it over. But also they look kind of too flat. They should be a bit more pronounced like that. Oh, Jason the Sloth is here. What's up, dude? Cool. Let me see what else we got. I don't think anyone did this like cool blobby welding, but we'll look around. Yeah, so same thing here. This model is super organic, and it looks like a lot of the stuff you made, the changes you made, were super rigid. Like I can kind of see that this is just an extruded box. See if I have a better angle of that here. Yeah, I would have liked to see more softer shape going on here. This shape in here is supposed to be super soft as well. We're also missing this like little Little grip pattern could have been cool too. Train's going. Same with this hole right here. I think could have softened it up a lot more. The bolt looks good. See another angle here. Cool. If you notice in this, there's like a tiny little gap here. I think if you added that, would have been a lot better too. I think this is a bit too thin as well. It looks like it needs to be a bit thicker. Excuse me. You can see some faceting right here. See if there's a better angle here. Sweet, there it is. Eyes are so dry. Damn it. Looks like you got that. I don't think you got the tapering in effect that's right here that I'm seeing, so I don't. Yeah, I think that would have been cool too. So, like, this thing is like supposed to be carried around, and you know, it's supposed to be a lot of ammo, and it's supposed to be heavy. So I would have expected it to be a bit more like warped and stuff and bent. So that would have been, I think, a pretty cool detail to add. But you have parts of the model like this that look really nice because they're nice and soft, like how this thing is supposed to be made. I'm trying to find where this is on the model. There it is. I think if you, looks like it kind of pinches off here. So this looks nice though, how soft you got it. But I think, yeah, it's supposed to just pinch off a little bit right there. From what I'm seeing in this reference here. You can also see some nice little bent warp details here. Would have been a cool detail to add. Look at the low poly. How many tries are you at? How many tries? 20,000 tries. That's a lot of tries. Where are these tries coming from? Maybe I was just over on my or under on my estimate, but 20,000 tries seems like a bit much. Oh, one thing. So this curve right here, you can see the density right here. So this is a smaller curve than this. This curve right here should have as much, or if not more, density than this curve right here. That's kind of a rule with poly density. So just keep that in mind. So like how this curve right here is kind of the same size as this curve right here, but it has like twice the geo, you know, so keep that in mind because this is like the only faceting that I see on your model, but I'm just going to go with a guess and say maybe I was a bit under on my estimate, but yeah, it looks like this area right here is pretty dense. Let's see here. I'm going to post some guidelines next time for wireframes because I need to, I think we'll do viewports instead of painter screenshots. Yeah, I think we'll do that next time. All right, let's look at the UVs. Fine. Shells like this, just take it and straighten it out real quick. Because you see how much, and there's also a lot of space here that's not really being used. So just take this, straighten it out. We have quite a bit of space here and here. So this I can tell that you auto-packed, which is fine, but you know, we just want to space these out evenly just to use up some more of the UV sheet here and here as well. Shell like this could probably be straightened out. Same here, if you have like a very subtle curve, just take it and straighten it out. Yeah, nice long strip there, that's pretty nice. Yeah, so other than the empty space, it looks pretty good. Yeah, just some shells that could be straightened, I think. And then some, yeah, a lot of unused space, I think. You could have definitely squeezed a lot more res. Oh yeah, this is auto packed. Yeah, that's auto packed. So what I would do is I would auto pack, scale this whole section up, and then try to fill in these gaps with the all the shells and stuff. These guys up here could be straightened. Same right here. These pixels at lower like real game resolutions, they show up really strongly, so I would just straighten that out too. What else? What else? What else? Oftentimes, if I have shells like this that make a like a like a closed thing, I'll just break it off here so that I have this strip as one and then this strip as a second one. Maybe SPP submission. Nah, I don't really want to look at. That's not a bad idea, actually. Do SPP submission. Oh, are these giant N-gons? Yeah, make sure you triangulate your N-gons. So, yeah. I mean, they'll be fine because they're flat, but yeah. So a game engine might triangulate it like this, but then Marmoset triangulates like this. So then you'll get a weird normal map when you try to apply the normal map onto a different triangulation. So that's why we triangulate all our N-gons before we bake. At least the quads. You could do tries if you want, but usually it's a good idea to bake in. Well, it's always a good idea to bake in triangles. So I would say, pretty good. Let's look at the textures. So make sure your model is like aligned with the ground. It looks like it's floating. Unless there's something there. Right, there might be something there at the bottom. The textures overall, I think, look kind of flat. So one thing, where's that green? Where's that green one there? So I can't really knock you for this, but each material here is all painted exactly the same. But for the sake of like doing games and stuff, we'd like to see like some breakup. Let me go bigger here. Some breakup between like this material here and this material, and then this material in the main body. Even in just like the roughness would have been a little bit, but would have been pretty nice. But I think I can't really knock you for that since the whole thing is just this like Shrek green color. But yeah, so overall, I see what you're doing here. I see this metallic stuff. It's not really reading like anything. It's kind of just like reading as like a general grunge that's in the height, if that makes sense. I think you're using a curvature generator here. I can kind of see. I think overall, this textures could have been pushed a lot more. Like in some of these references, like this one here, we could have done like so much rust and scraping stuff like that. I think we're kind of falling pretty short. I can kind of tell you're using a curvature generator. Yeah, I can see that here. So I'd probably knock the generator down, and then just use some stenciled in stuff. But I think we could have gotten a lot more in terms of like overall wear. This thing looks, from a distance, we lose pretty much all of it, you know? Like from a distance, this thing is brand new, which is not really what we want for games. We want like readability at a distance. So from like this distance back here, I'd want to see like some big rust stuff going on, some big brown shape, some big brown rust spots and some scratches and stuff. And overall, it looks like your wear is either this like metals wear or it's rust. So there's no in between, which is a little odd. I can kind of see some dust going on, but it's not really strong enough to make a difference. But if you look at the reference, you've got like somewhat peeled paint with the black. You've got like somewhat even more peeled paint with this yellow, and then you've got the rust, you know. Then you've got like darker areas where like the light didn't fade it or something, you know. It's just come up with whatever excuse you want, but I think a lot more could have been done. We could have added some more of these like black scratches that we got going on here, some of the yellow. So some wear around these bolts and stuff would have been cool. Some right here as well. This looks like it's kind of stuck on, and I think it could have textured some rust around it to give it a bit more context. It kind of just looks like a piece of metal is clipping into this thing right here, the lid. I will say you got the color right. That looks pretty good. The color looks good. Overall, the model is pretty solid. So, pretty good stuff. I think these are supposed to be a bit softer in turn. Yeah, same with this. It looks like you had a shape and then you booleaned out a cylinder, which isn't really what we want. We kind of want more of the softer shapes. Also, I think you're missing some bolts here and here. I think you are. I love when I get lost in the references. I had to pause the tutorial recording so many times because I got lost in the in the references. Pretty solid stuff. I think honestly, if you took this thing back into Painter and just pushed it even more, I think you could post it on your portfolio and get quite a bit of attention on it. I think that'd be pretty cool. It's a pretty decent model. There's a few inaccuracies, but I think the textures are kind of the weakest part, I think. Yeah. And then maybe keep these UV notes in mind for next time. Clients do care about this stuff. They don't want to see any wasted space. They want to see that even if you just spread out all of these so they looks like it fills, that's what they want. They want better padding for everything and all that. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Don't think I have much else. Also, one thing with the color, I think look for the very subtle variations in the color. I see this one's cleaner, but I'm still not seeing like any metal wear. The metal wear doesn't really feel like metal wear, so better work on the metal wear a bit more. Also not seeing super strong gloss variation. Also look at the normals. I always talk about the normals. Pay more attention to the normals and try to get more details in the height. Right now this stuff isn't really working. Try to use like grunge brush wiped. That's a good one. Use Quixel Steel Dusty. That's a good one. But I was just using Quixel materials. That brings me to my next point. Using some Quixel materials would be great for this. Yeah, and then pay attention to how the colors sort of change, and they go from brown to green. In the center here, it's like a darker green on the edges. Yeah. I think that's all I got for this one. But overall, solid stuff, dude. Keep it up. Sippy sip. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Jade Slot. Good call. I had to increase the price of the coins to adjust for inflation, so. Alright. We can start on the next one. This is from Stu32. This one is sweet. I really like this one. Love that you named all the renders too. That helps me so much. When I go to drag and drop all your renders onto my desktop to like download them. Love that. All right, let's get a layer here. Cool. I really like that you use we're in like a pillbox here, and then there's like D-Day out there. That's pretty. I didn't think of that. That's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty really creative, like storytelling. I like that a lot. The bullets too. That's real nice. Let's take a look at your try count. Who is this? 232. 232. 15,000 tries. All right. Inflation's real fun. I'm still a billionaire. How many coins do you guys have? You guys have to be at like 30K at least, right? That's funny. All right, so looking at the low poly right off the bat, I like how optimized you got these guys. I like that a lot. I don't think this edge here is necessary. I think maybe you did it to control the shading of the low poly. But I think you could toss those and you'd lose like 100 tries, I think. You can collapse these right here. You can weld these up right there. Same down here, you can weld these. One thing I don't really agree with is you got this a lot of density right here, like almost like probably like 32 edges right here. But on some of these main curves, you have 2, 3, 4 edges right here. So I think if you had, you could probably reduce some of this and shift it over to here. Because I can really, this right here, the flow is off right here. I think you need to go and do a flow connect right here with this loop right here. I don't know what the equivalent is in Blender. I'm a 3ds Max guy, but you get the point. Same here. I think, are these edges supposed to be this close together? If they are, ignore me, but I feel like we could have spaced them out to get a bit more of the silhouette here. It's kind of hard, like, looking at all these references and then trying to judge all your guys' models, like, on the spot. It's kind of hard, actually. Really the hardest part of this thing. I like this shape you got going on here. Nice and organic. I see you've got the nice subtle bending. Really nice. Nice stuff. You could have collapsed probably these and these. Every other edge around here just to reduce a bit. I do agree with the density you got going around all the way. I like that. Probably could have had a few more here. This is a pretty prominent little silhouette shape there. I could have probably added a bit more. Nice. I like that. I love doing this. It's so much fun. Just take all your low poly and just like collapse into one point. I love doing it. It's so fun. Oop. Nice and soft bending here. Nice. I think we're missing bolts here, are we? Man, this is cool, man. You guys should stencil this. Alright. Maybe we aren't. I don't know. Some of the references don't have bolts here, but some of them do. I don't know. So I'm just gonna ignore it and say that you guys know better than I. Yeah, it is kind of cool on the inside. You got the like the reverse indent going on. That's pretty cool. That's a nice detail. I like that. Pretty nice. This render right here is, woo, damn. This render's pretty good, dude. This is a render, right? I'm not stupid. Yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah. Okay. The reason I can tell it's a render is because I can see your fastening. Got him. Yeah, this render's really nice, dude. I really like the subtle color variations you got here. The metal wear. Cool. Yeah, this one's really nice. I think this one overall is a bit too clean. I would have liked to see some of this metal wear. I would have liked to see more of it blended in. It seems like it's kind of either there or it's not, you know. I'd like to see some more subtle paint chipping going around, some more, maybe a bit more diffuse variation. Right here, it feels kind of flat and just kind of boring. I see you have a really subtle, I don't know if it's just my monitor, but it looks like you have a really subtle bend right here in the middle. That's really nice detail there. The grip detail going on there, really cool. I think next time I would have liked to see a bit more asymmetry in this thing. You know, so maybe some like bends up here a little bit, bends a little bit differently. That would have been cool. This render's pretty cool. You like painted metal wear on your model. Cool. What bullet does this gun shoot? I don't even know. This render's really nice too. It's like I see you titled them Africa, so this must be like northern Africa. You know, that's pretty nice. I like that a lot. Quixel Mega Scan, some cool bullets. Man, these bullets are old, man. Is this what the bullet's supposed to look like? Is that what they look like back then? Sure, you guys probably know better than I. Really nice use of this Quixel material, by the way. A lot of people they just like drag and drop like the Quixel material and don't use the displacement map. But this is like a really nice use of the displacement map, so good job there. Man, these old bullets look really cool. They don't make them like this anymore. Nice job on these bullets. Nice job. Cool, cool. I love the stamped detail. You got this soft bending in there, really nice. I don't have much in terms of texturing other than maybe I think just pushing the weathering a bit farther. Like if you look here, you can almost see like this like airbrushed paint effect going on here. That would have been a really cool detail to add. Looks like you have a bit of it like trying to go on there, but I think if you had a bit more, that'd been really cool. Nice stuff though. This shape right here looks pretty cool. I like the rust you got going on. Did I already look at the UVs? Let's look at the UVs. A little bit of unused space up here and on the sides. Shapes like this are kind of a no-no. You want to straighten these up. Same here. Yeah. Straighten these up. Straighten these up. Even something like this, you could just take it on the edge and straighten it. Straighten that. Straighten that. Pretty cool though. Even a shape like this that curls in on itself, I would just straighten it out as well. They're really like we're not gonna get anything out of just having it straight out of or having it curl like this. We're not really gonna gain anything, but we're gonna lose kind of the pixely effect so on the edges. So let me straighten that out, straighten this out. I think if you just did a pass and straighten things out, I think we'd be perfect. And then just a little bit of unused space. You could even just take these shells, scale them out. No one's gonna care. Is this a straight line? It is a straight line. It's like optical illusions. This looks like it's a curved line, but it's actually straight. It's kind of funny. You got, what was the density? 52 pixels per centimeter at 2K. Cool, cool. Cool stuff. Yeah, you got the reverse indent. That's pretty sweet, dude. That's pretty sweet. Not gonna lie. Pretty sweet. You have a ton of renders too. Let me look at the other ones. Sweet. This render is really cool too. Yeah, these are really cool renders. The lighting you got is really realistic. I think you probably used a little bit of trains coming. Probably mostly HDRI, I think. Cool stuff. I like that you got the box too. Really nice. Did we already look at the low poly? Where's the low poly? We already did look at the low poly. That's pretty good. I don't have much other than just maybe polish up the low poly a bit. Add some a bit more like subtle. Well, you got the kind of the subtle forms. I like that a lot. Um, the hinge looks really nice, by the way. The hinge looks really good. Yeah, I don't really have much. What do you guys think? I think my favorite is the yellow or the tan paint. What do you guys think? Chat interactions. Renders are a W. Yeah, renders are a big dub, dude. Nice job. This one right here, I like. If you show this to someone who doesn't know anything about 3D, they'd probably say this is a photo. I think this is their money shot, dude. Honestly, either that or this one here. It's kind of hard. Kind of hard to decide. This one's cool, but I can see the faceting. This one's your favorite? Yeah. Also, I would just crop it better. I don't think it's empty. Make sure your empty spaces are equal. I think this is the money shot, number one. Then I think this up here, this one's number two. I think, honestly, I think the tan was just done a bit better than the green, I think. I'm not sure if you just changed the color, but the tan just looks better. Not too sure why. The green's looking a little bit flat. I think a lot of the wear and the dirts really show up when you put on the tan color. The bunker one is my favorite. Let me see. Bunker one, bunker one, bunker one. This one? Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, this one's pretty nice. This would be a nice, like, establishing render. Or, like, the bottom of the ArtStation post. Like, just do, like, a fun render, you know? Towards the top of my ArtStation post, I like to do, like, more showing off the model, you know? Overall, pretty cool stuff, dude. Alright. Move on. I think this one's a very strong contender for the first place prize. We'll have to see. Because this one's also very good. This is not shader. This is not shader. This is X Insanity. Sorry about that. Oops. X underscore insanity. Oh. Okay, why is this here? Like the new photo, I got the new Photoshop. It's not kind of annoying. Ooh, man. Black is pretty nice. Black one's pretty nice. Does this gun shoot a 7.62? Is that what bullet shoots? I feel like they didn't have that. What's going on here? This thing is so annoying. Can I? It's off, dude. Stop. Why is that popping up? Okay. Let me grab the brush here. Where's my brush? I love how I click the brush tool, and then press B like it's gonna do something. All right. Check out the model. Okay, ignore everything I said. There's no bolts here. Nice. So one thing I noticed is this should be a lot softer. It looks like these extrude a bit too far. Looks like these should be a lot more subtle. I think you got the softness correct, but I think they extrude a bit too far. This piece looks a bit thick across. Kind of rapid firing feedback here. Kind of weird how this piece is like squared off and then rounded out. Not sure if that's accurate, but like, I mean, I know it's accurate. I can see it, but you got a lot of these like white reflections here. I'm not really sure. These like white specks. Those are 792 by 57 Mauser. That's Dasato. All right. How many tries are you at? 13K tries. We're at game resolution. We're at game resolution. Let's take a look. See, I think something like this is what I'm gonna have you guys do for the challenge next time. This is great because I can see everything now. Well, just about everything. Looks like you put a lot of the geo where it matters, which is nice. Oh, you could have definitely gone a bit. You could have added a few more segments around. I think that would have helped. Yeah, that would have helped a lot. Let me look down here. I want to see. I think you got a little lucky. I don't think I can see any faceting there. I think you're good there. But yeah, I'm starting to see the. I can see a bit of the faceting going around, but that's all right. You're at 13K tries, and I think you're using them properly. Very good. Also, I think this is supposed to be really soft. Nope. Wait. Okay, hold on. Now we have an issue because this is different than. I see. I posted multiple different versions of this thing. Great. Okay, well that's my fault then. You're fine here. Ignore that. I make lots of mistakes like that. Cool. Nothing really stands out to me as far as errors in the. I mean, man, this is like it's such good reference here. Super nice. You guys see anything with the model? I don't really see anything wrong with it. Like major error wise, I don't really see. Other than I think this side right here, like this edge feels a bit CG. I think it's supposed to be a bit more tapered downwards than go up. Yeah, I think so. I think the thickness of some of these pieces is a bit off. Give you my job, dude. Fuck yeah. I'd love to get paid to just surf at Google all day. That'd be sick. I think it should be a little softer here as well. Also, this looks a bit like a chamfer. Might just be the lighting, but it looks like you have a bit of a like a chamfer here instead of a bevel, like a soft curve there. One thing I'm noticing is the gloss value on the green is a bit off because look how reflective it is. Like you can see this highlight is super sharp highlight, and I don't think we're getting that quite right. What about the other guys? These. Yeah, there's probably a different reference that you followed. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, overall, I think it feels. Ignore that. I think it feels a bit matte. I think you could have pumped up the gloss a bit more, and I think you could have worked in a bit more gloss variation. Because right now I'm seeing a lot of noise in the diffuse, which is great. But I think you could. I think you could dial back some of this diffuse noise and put it in the gloss channel, increase the overall gloss of the green, and I think it would look a little bit better. I will say though, you got really nice like surface details here. I really like this stuff. This stuff's really cool. That font looks wrong. Yeah, looks like Arial. I don't think they had Arial back then. I know because I saw this earlier. It was a smiley face. Of course, I can't find the one reference I need. So awesome. What about down here? Nope, that's not the same model. Where was it? There we go. There it is. Yeah, so this you've got the paint like bubbling effect on the edge, which I think for this one, I think I would have rather seen like a soft indent into, because this thing is like a pretty thin sheet metal. So when you stamp it, like you're gonna bend it in as opposed to pushing it out, if that makes sense. That's just my like theory on it. I think that would have been a bit better. The height looks pretty good. I like the height details. One thing I will say is not really a fan of the yellow paint scratches. Holy shit, this is nice. Yeah, I'm not really this almost feels like you like what it feels like. It's giving me a hiccup. It's like it feels like yellow foam underneath, you know what I mean? like you took like a foam, like I don't know how to describe. Let me see if I can like Google ripped yellow. It looks kind of like this, you know? I'm not really seeing this in a lot of the references, unfortunately. So I think I would have rather honestly just changed this material to a metal, and I think it would have been a lot better. Then keep some of the yellow in, because I know where the yellow's coming from. Like I see why you did it. Like I can see that, but I think if you had blended in, like maybe kept the yellow more around the edges, and then in the middle do like an exposed metal or a rust, I think that would have been a bit better. Um, I do like the spray paint. I will say I do like the spray paint. Same kind of thing with the green. I think it's a bit too noisy. I think we have that here as well. So, did we have this can? Wait. Yeah, same kind of thing. Even here on the black, we don't really see a lot of that yellow. That's a cool detail right there. Yeah, so looking at this one, I think a lot of the noise, to me, it feels kind of random. Like we've got random kind of scattered about here. I think I would have rather seen bigger like chunks of spray. Like we're just gonna assume that they spray painted this or something. It looks spray painted. I don't even know if they did spray painting back then, but I think I would have rather seen like a bigger build up here, and then it kind of speckles out here. Because right now, I think what you have is all of your colors kind of have like a Perlin noise slapped onto it. Like I can kind of see the noise goes kind of all over, which I think really is kind of hurting it. Yeah, I can see that all here too. The noise all kind of feels the same. Let me look at oops. Yeah, announcements. I put a camo version in here. Yeah. Also, I think bigger camo shapes would have been cooler. So like get a bigger yellow shape as opposed to sort of these little things. Because I think you have to remember the scale of this thing is going to be like this big, you know. So if you think of how a spray paint can held from like a pretty reasonable distance, it's going to make a larger spray. So I think a bigger shapes would have been a bit cooler. Because right now it kind of feels like leopard spots a little bit. So I think just a bit bigger spray would have been a bit better. Look at the UVs real quick. Probably gonna straighten that out. Probably gonna straighten these out, but the majority of it's already straightened, so I think you're fine. But UVs are good. Oh, did I cut off here? 2K by 2K coverage is 78.2%. Nice, nice, nice. Pretty cool stuff. Good UVs. Good UVs, that's all I can say to that. Your low poly is pretty. Oh, damn, you bake these as a box. Wait, hold on. That's pretty epic. So you bake these as a box to like save on tries. That's pretty wild, and it looks perfect. I can't even tell. The only way I'd possibly be able to tell is from the silhouette here. But honestly, I'd rather see the lower try count implemented here. So that's really nice. That's really good that you did that. I think my favorite version that you did is the black. However, I'm still just not really liking the yellow wear. And I think the spray paint, I think some bigger shapes would have been a bit better. What do you guys think? Any other things that I think I missed? Also, I think a lot of these went kind of a bit conservative with the wear. This one has pretty large chunks of wear. You could have gone pretty crazy with. That's kind of what I wanted you guys to do with this one, was go a bit crazier with the wear. But Don't think we got any super crazy wear submissions, so this one's got a little bit, but this is really cool. I like that you got the casings in there too. That's pretty sweet. I think maybe the bullet casing, it feels a bit low res. I'm not sure what res you baked those at. I think I asked for those to be done separately, if I do recall. I forget. Low key, I been a month, I forget. But yeah, I think the bullet looks a bit low res. I think it's kind of lacking in details. It feels kind of noisy, kind of the same noise all over. So, oh, there you go. 7 by 0.29 by 57 millimeter. Mauser. Now that I look at it, it's a bit straight. Yeah, see, I see that you got the rust going on. It's like it looks like your wear is either yellow or it's rust. Rust, yellow, rust, yellow, yellow, rust, yellow. I think if you did a bit better job blending them together, adding some subtle stuff here, I think that would have been a lot better. Really good job on the normals, the height details and stuff, though. I love it when, like, yes, I think overall this just feels really noisy. Not really sure if I like it that much. The black is definitely the best version. The green is good. I see you've got some nice diffuse breakup. But yeah, the wear is seems very heavy-handed. So, I think that's about it. Unless anyone else has anything else. I really like this layout for renders. Oh, sorry, I cut it off here, but we get the gist. I like that layout. I think this is probably your best render. Oh, I think I cut this out too. Oopsies. Uh-oh. Yeah, this thing's like 150 inches at 300 pixels, so it's gonna take a while. I think this is probably your best render. I think this is probably your best render. A brush, there we go. Did I make sure to... Oh, I didn't get a best render for this one. I think this right here is your best render. Mr. Jason. I like that you got a nice subtle gradient going around. Okay. I think that's about all I got. Really have many notes on the low poly because you managed to get to the try count pretty closely, so I think that's pretty good. What did I estimate? I estimated 12,000, right? Around 12K? Yeah, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. 12K is pretty low. It's impossible to predict these things, so. Good stuff. Yeah, that font bothers me. It looks like Arial. Yeah, just try to think of poly density. So like this curve right here is super dense in comparison to this more prominent curve that's less dense. Probably could even lose. Doesn't look like you have any angles where the handle is like up. So you could lose actually a lot of these segments inside here. You could collapse these edges, then maybe even another row too. That will probably shave a couple hundred tries. Oh, here we go. Yeah, these edges. You don't need all these curves here because you don't have an angle where that silhouette is like visible. So, but pretty cool stuff. That's it. And then next, I think we have Yegor's submission. All right, let's take a look at Yegor's submission. You know what's really funny is I got the new like AI tool generative fill, whatever, and I just typed Igor Kapashilov into the into the search to the generator, and this is what came up. This like terrible rabbit beaver looking thing. It's so funny. And you got different things too. We got this. This is this beautiful. It'll fucking load, Jesus. I thought this was hilarious. Capybara, it kind of looks like capybara. We got this like jackrabbit with like messed up feet. It gives you like different like choices. Look at that nose, dude. That's an Igor nose if I've ever seen one. That eye too. Demon. Demon. And then this one was super weird. Check this one out. Oh, you can see my prompt here. What the hell is this? Like, what is this thing? It's just nothing. That's the thing with AAR, it just makes nothing. Like, it's so goofy. This is Igor. This is Igor. Alright, anyways. Alright. Okay, so that's about it. We had 4 submissions this time, and alright, we can do the winner. Shader, you had a really nice model. Unfortunately, you didn't finish on time, so it's kind of unfair to judge it with the finished models, I think. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's eligible to win. However, the model is really nice, though. So, although the try count's a bit high, but I can overlook it. It's fine. What's the next challenge going to be? To be determined. Yes, I will decide what it is. I'll probably go a bit smaller on this one. We'll see, but next one. But we'll talk about that later. Jason, your model was pretty good. I think overall, these cylinders here are kind of like the main part of this model, and I think they were kind of modeled wrong. It'd be a lot softer, I think. So that kind of stands out a bit. And then other than that, I think the textures need quite a bit of work. I see you've got some nice like roughness variation, but I think the height kind of just feels like you put a like a grunge and then kind of drag down the height slider. So I think a bit more work could have been gone into the textures a little bit. Then I can see your faceting there. Overall, it's pretty nice work, dude. Stu's was very nice. The renders were super good. You've got really a lot of the really subtle forms and subtle nuances of this model really nicely. So I really like this one. Then Hex Insanity did very nice as well. Really good normal map height details in the textures. I just think some of the textures are a bit noisy. But overall, I think the model looks nice. I didn't really see anything super wrong with it. And then nice UVs. I think we had some okay UVs over here, but they could have used a bit more work. And then the low poly here is nice. These like squares are really nice. A knife? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be pretty cool if we did a knife. It's a good idea. Maybe we will do a knife. But overall, I think Stu32. I think this takes the #1 spot. You are winner. I mean, not. I'm not gonna cover. I'll cover up this. You are winner, Stu32. This one is super nice. I think some of the low poly can be optimized a bit more, but the textures and the render, this render right here, like, whoo. You've got the subtle bends in that number right there. Subtle form reads. Really nice job, dude. This one's super good. Super well done. Nice font there. Nice stuff. Good, really nice. Then I think number 2 will go to Hex Insanity. The $20 gift card. Nice job, dude. I think just dial back a bit on the noise on the textures and your model will look like 10 times better. 10 times better. But overall, that's pretty good stuff, dude. Thank you again to everyone who entered. Shader and Jason, thank you for entering. I appreciate you guys giving it a shot and getting some feedback from me. I appreciate it. Did I miss all these follows? Oh, no, these are like a week ago. A bunch of people followed me a week ago. Well, I mean, it's not strange. I guess I posted, but the bullets are really nice here. The renders are super clean. Got extra detail, extra stuff in the background. Pretty cool. Pretty nice stuff. Well, it's really late. The storytelling, the D-Day and stuff, the Africa, really cool. Really nice stuff, dude. But, that's about all I got. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Was Stu 32 the winner? I think so. I think so. I'm out of water. Damn it. Like subtle bending out there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Agree. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you guys for entering. I appreciate it. Talk about the next challenge. What should the next challenge be? Next challenge. I kind of picked this one so that you guys can go like crazy with the textures. That's the reason I picked this one, but maybe we'll do grenade. Oh, that's a good idea. NVGs. That's a pretty good idea. I don't think you can really like. You could, but we gotta pick something where you can like texture it really good. You know. Simple. No, you could. There's some grenades that are pretty complicated. You could do like a landmine or something. That'd be pretty cool. But you know, I was thinking about the other day. If you like mishmashed all of these parts together from all the different challenges, you'd have like the ultimate weapon. You'd have. Let me see. You'd have a nice pistol grip. You would have an ACRO scope on it. You'd have a Dragunov stock or SVD, whatever you want to call it. You'd have an AFG on it. Pick whatever receiver you want. Then you'd have a SIG Tango in front, so you could have like 2 scopes on your gun. That'd be so sick. And you'd have a suppressor cover, and you'd have an MG42 magazine. That'd be an absolute like Frankenstein weapon. That'd be so cool. But some text is so fucking nice. Mr. Garnell. Wait, I need to check to make sure there's no like. ArtStation loves doing like softcore stuff. You know. Yeah, dude, this Semtex is so nice, dude. They photo scan it? I think they photo scan it. Did they photo scan it? Based on a scan of a maquette model, yeah. So they scanned it and then they took that detail. That's so nice. Oh yeah, this thing's awesome. Shout out to Ben Garnell. Shout out to Ben Garnell of Infinity Ward, principal artist. Cool dude. I'll drop him a like. I never liked that. But I think that's about it for me. So thanks again, guys. Who won second place? Was that Hex Insanity? If you're here, DM me, or I'll just DM you. It's fine. But I have the Steam code right here. So I will get that to you right now after the stream, actually. So appreciate you guys for stopping by. This VOD will be put online for you guys to check out. And congratulations. And the next challenge is coming up soon. So I gotta head out. I am filming a podcast episode with someone. So I gotta go do that shortly. So that will be on YouTube as well. So appreciate you guys sticking around. I will catch y'all on the next one.